Hello friends, and welcome back to our YouTube channel Gadget Rishi. In today's video we will demonstrate how to remove the piston of our generator engine. It's a Hyundai Himsen 8H25/33 engine. So our first step would be to isolate the engine safely, that is to isolate air, water, lube oil, fuel oil, and then we are going to drain all the water from the engine. So I am using the drain from the air cooler and also all the drain connections provided by keeping the air cooler air vent valve open. As you can see, the LT-HT pressure both have dropped to 0. Next I have removed the thermometer probe for the particular unit, and then next we have to remove this intermediate flange connecting the cylinder head to the exhaust manifold. Now we have to move these intermediate pieces connecting the cylinder heads to the jacket water line or the HT line, and these pieces have to be slided in towards the governor side, that is away from the turbocharger side. So as you slide them, the remaining water in the HT line will be drained. So the connection to the left and right side of the relevant cylinder which we will need to take out, they have to be slided in. Yeah, there is a sealing o-ring which will come out, and any remaining water will be drained. Now I've removed the intermediate piece for the exhaust connecting to the exhaust manifold from the particular cylinder head, and these two pieces have also been slided. There is a special tool provided to easily facilitate the sliding in and out for these pieces for the cooling water line. Next we need to disconnect the fuel connections, that is the high pressure pipe block connections, all these small pipes which are being pointed out, and the socket bolts and the nuts. So the high pressure pipe block comes out. Remove the fuel pipe and also this piece with the two o-rings. Next we open the cylinder head top cover. We remove this cooling lube oil pipe for the fuel injection valve. Next we have to loosen the hydraulic nuts, the 4 hydraulic nuts securing the cylinder head in place. Now we will show the special tools. These are the hydraulic jacks, the extension threads to position the jacks, and also the spacer. Next we need to remove the rocker arm assembly. So for that I have turned the camshaft in a position so both the inlet and the exhaust valve are in their closed position, and then we are loosening the securing nuts for the rocker arm assembly. That's the rocker arm now coming out. Also giving us access to the two push rods for the inlet and the exhaust valve respectively. which we will also remove. Also remove the support pieces. And then take out the valve actuators for the inlet and the exhaust valve. We have screwed in the jacks now, and we are compressing the jacks, expelling any oil remaining from the last time, so the jacks are ready for action. So after this, we fully screw in the jack, and then we unscrew them about 1.5 turn in preparation for opening the hydraulic nuts. So the oil pipes are now installed, connected to a hydraulic pump, and we will be pressurizing the jacks to 900 bar, 900 to 920 bar. And once we have done that, the nuts have become free, and we will try to unscrew them about 5 holes, counting the number of holes carefully, 5 holes each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we remove the pressure, that is, we drain the oil back to the pump, and we tighten the jacks again. This is to return the oil in the jacks back to the pump. Then we can safely remove the hydraulic hoses from the jacks, followed by removing the jacks, all the attachments, and then the hydraulic nuts also. Now this is the special tool for lifting the cylinder head. It will go on the 2 studs for the fuel injection valve, as well as for the cylinder head top cover also. Now with the tool in place, we are ready to lift up the cylinder head. So notice the arrangement we have made, connected to a chain block with 2 D shackles. So slowly the cylinder head can be lifted off. Make sure no obstructions are coming in the way, and the head is coming up evenly without getting stuck or getting caught anywhere in between. Once out from its sitting place, we will then transport the cylinder head to its cylinder head resting stand. Now we need to remove the metal seal ring and the O-ring sitting above the cylinder liner. And then we little bit buff the area for the smooth removal of the flame ring. Now we spray some degreaser lubricant for easy removal of the flame ring. So now that's the special tool for removing the flame ring. Notice the 3 bolts which have to be screwed into the slots provided in the flame ring itself on the lower end, and the whole setup is jacked out by screwing in the nut, giving it a push up force, pulling out the flame ring together with it. There comes our flame ring out together with the tool. Now we open the crankcase doors for the unit for which the piston needs to be taken out. Open the doors for both the sides, that is the fuel side as well as the exhaust side. Now these are the special tools we will be using for the connecting rod. Hydraulic jacks, I will be using 2 jacks at a time, so we will be doing it crosswise. The left nut on one side and the right nut on the other side. So for this setup, I observed that it was not very convenient to do it at an angle of the engine. So what we eventually ended up doing was to turn the engine to BDC, bottom dead center, because there was space restrictions to put the jack. So now we have turned the engine to BDC, and then we have connected the hydraulic jack. Now this way it's much easier to undo the nuts for the connecting rod. Now before we loosen the nuts, we have to install a special piece. It's called a clamping support. This will connect the or this will rather secure the connecting rod with the big end. So our piston connecting rod is supported by the big end once the nuts are off. The whole thing is a securing arrangement, so for that we need to use this clamping support. It's a special tool. You will find it in your special tool box or a special tool board. So now we are all set up to undo the hydraulic nuts for the connecting rod. So we screw in the jacks fully and unscrew them about 1 turn, and then we connect the hydraulic pump and pressurize to 1100, that is 1100 bar, using a hand pump or a hydraulic oil pump, pneumatically operated. Notice and make sure the jacks are expanding as the oil is being pressurized. Check both the sides, making sure both the jacks are working as they are supposed to be. Then undo the nuts, about same 5 holes. Now without removing the nuts, just we have loosened the nuts 5 holes each, all 4, and now we will turn the engine to TDC, that is the top dead center, to facilitate the piston removal. Now once this particular unit is on TDC, this is when we install the another special tool. It's called a turning bracket. It is to connect the big end to the counterweight. It will prevent the big end from turning or swinging uncontrollably once the piston gets disconnected. So this holds the big end to the counterweight. Again, it is supported by 3 bolts, 1 on top and 2 in the bottom, and you will have the relevant slots provided in the counterweight. After this, we will remove our first special tool, the earlier one which we had connected, the clamping support, holding the connecting rod to the big end. This is so that we can safely remove our piston, and once that is removed, then we can also, this is that clamping support special tool. Notice the turning bracket is still in place and it will remain in place. Now we are undoing the nuts for the connecting rod. Then we clean the slot, the threaded slot for installing the eye bolt for lifting the piston, and connect it with a chain block vertically aligned, and slowly we lift it up. So the piston will be coming up. Nice and easy, smooth. Continue heaving up till the piston is clear. That's the big end with the 4 studs for the connecting rod and the oil hole. Now we safely lower the piston and rest it either on the piston stand or safely on wooden blocks for further inspections and storage. On the inside we are left with the big end, now still supported with the special tool onto the counterweight. Now we can remove that special tool, the turning bracket, turn the engine so that the webs are aligned onto the fuel side, and then we will undo the nuts for the counterweight, again using the hydraulic pump, pressurizing the jacks to 1100 bar and removing the 2 hydraulic nuts. Now the entire big end can be dismantled and removed in 2 halves. This is the lower half, which is being removed from the fuel side together with its bearing shell. That's our journal, which we'll be inspecting in better detail later. And now still remaining is the big end upper half, which we are removing from the exhaust side with its bearing shell. Transport the pieces carefully and keep them nicely secured on some wooden blocks or cardboards. And that concludes our video. Thank you for watching.